Alrighty guys, welcome back to Star Wars Review. Today I'm reviewing Star Wars Rebels Season 1 Episode 10, Path of the Jedi, which was directed by Dave Filoni and written by Charles Murray, and was released on January 5th, 2015, which I thought was a great episode. It is definitely a slower one, but it is a more Force mystical one, which I do always love a more mystical Force focused episode. But in the episode, we see Kanan take Ezra on a lesson to find a Jedi temple, which Ezra, by using the Force, finds one on the Thal, and so they head there. One thing I liked was how, the temple, it's kind of buried in the ground, and both of them have to kind of use the Force to kind of lift the temple up. I thought that was a neat thing, and I like that. But they go inside, and Kanan kind of stays at the entrance lobby area, I guess, telling Ezra to go in, further into the temple, which is kind of like a big cave thingy, which obviously Ezra does that, and then kind of just has this long Force vision, kind of like the stuff we saw in The Empire Strikes Back when Luke goes into the dark side cave. And so in this Force vision, Ezra kind of has to face a fear, which is of the Grand Inquisitor, which we see the Grand Inquisitor at first fight and kill Kanan in the cave, and then Ezra, I think he gets knocked off a cliff or something, and then wakes up in the Ghost, where he overhears the other members of the Ghost crew kind of, I guess, doubting him, and he's not ready, and I guess maybe really not worthwhile in a way. But then the Grand Inquisitor shows up on the Ghost and kills all the others, and then Ezra kind of escapes and ends up back at the temple somehow, and he kind of at that moment knows everything is a vision, and kind of to end his vision, he has to kind of stand up to the Grand Inquisitor, knowing everything he is seeing is a vision, and also kind of being fearful of the Grand Inquisitor. And so the Grand Inquisitor kind of cuts at him with his blade, and then obviously he's fine, and I guess Ezra kind of comes out of his vision. I'm not fully sure if he actually does, as Yoda starts speaking to him and kind of guides him through the temple, which during this it cuts back to Kanan, who's kind of getting a little worried about Ezra, but then Yoda starts talking to Kanan, which obviously Kanan recognizes his voice as Yoda's voice. But Yoda talks to Kanan about being a master and whatnot, which, Kanan admits to Yoda that he doesn't feel like he's ready to be a master to Ezra. But, obviously Yoda kind of gives his words of wisdom to Kanan, which kind of makes Kanan feel better and whatnot about all that. Which, I enjoyed that little moment. But we continue to see Yoda guide Ezra through the temple, which, they talk about, Kanan, and also why Ezra wants to be a Jedi, which, Ezra does kind of say he wants to become more powerful and to be able to take out the Empire, kind of the more, I guess, dark side way of thinking about it, which, Yoda does talk about that, how he, senses the fear and anger inside of Ezra, and how it sounds like Ezra wants to take revenge. But, Ezra then kind of says, what he wants isn't revenge. And he also kind of talks about the Ghost crew and how they've kind of changed him in ways, kind of showed him how to look out for other people and, not just himself. And now how he kind of likes when they help the people in need, and kind of enjoys seeing, the people's reaction to being helped out and whatnot, which is the right thing to say, as Ezra kind of gets transported to this place, obviously now we know is the world between worlds, and he gets given a kyber crystal. And so we see Ezra return to Kanan, kind of shows him the crystal, which Kanan, reveals what it is, and tells him, it's a big step to becoming a Jedi, and he also says he didn't really expect him to find a kyber crystal there at the temple. But they head back to the ghost, and the episode ends with Ezra showing off his newly constructed lightsaber to the others, and, he ignites it and whatnot. Which, like I said, is where the episode ends. And, like I said, I thought it was another great episode. Definitely a slower one, but I always love the more Jedi mystical episodes, which are some callbacks to the episodes from season 6 of the Clone Wars, when Yoda has his own mystical Jedi journey. In that arc, we see the little orb thingies kind of guide him, which in this episode, when Yoda is guiding Ezra, we see those little orb thingies. That's what's really guiding Ezra, I guess. So I thought that was a nice callback. But I like to see the continuing growth with Ezra, and his connection to the Force, and also his continued growth with Kanan also as Master and Apprentice. And I enjoyed all the stuff with Yoda. I always love it when Yoda returns, as he is my favorite Star Wars character. So yeah, but my grade for this episode is going to be an A. So yeah, but next I'll be reviewing episode 11, Idiot's Array. So you check that out then. But in the meantime, check out my reviews on the first 9 episodes, and on my other Rebels videos, and everything else to do by Vince Arzu. And I'll catch you guys in the next one.